Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another comedy and drama night. Tonight, I will be reviewing Summer Rental, released in 1985, directed by Reiner from a script by Mark Reisman and Jeremy Stevens, starring John Candy, Richard Crenna, Rip Torn, Karen Austin, Kerri Green, Joey Lawrence, Aubrey Jene, John Larroquette, Richard Hurd, Lois Hamilton, and Carmine Caridi. Now, this film, I believe, was my first film ever that I saw with John Candy. And I had seen him before on SCTV. I loved that series. But I'd never seen him in a movie, I don't believe, until this one. But once I saw it, I knew he was hilarious on SCTV. But once I saw this movie, my God, his portrayal of the character of Jack Chester is just so perfect. He's got such charisma and he's so fun as a character. It just, I knew after seeing this film that John Candy was going to be a star to look out for in the future. And of course, he went on to do multiple other films, and prior to this he did films too. But like I said, this was the first one that I really noted him for a film. Richard Crenna plays the villain of Al Palet in this, and wow, if you were looking at Richard Crenna in First Blood playing Colonel Troutman, you're definitely not going to see any of that in his performance here. His performance almost reminded me of Ted Knight's in Caddyshack. He is a completely despicable asshole of a guy, and Richard Crenna plays it perfectly. I love the one scene where Jack challenges Al to a race with their boats, and he went on this rant in which his wife tries to stop him, and it's...
I suppose this is your wife? Is this your shirt? Is this your belt? Are these your shorts? Hey.
That scene just cracks me up every time I watch it. He was so good in this. Another standout performance in this film is Rip Torn as Richard Scully. This, gruff, tough, pirate-like guy that's going to teach Jack about sailing and help him, to win this race and everything. And Rip Torn has always had that knack of playing roles pretty serious, but still coming off as really funny. In this one, he gets to full on be funny all the way through it, and he just is excellent in here. John Candy's family, played by Karen Austin, Kerri Green, Joey Lawrence, and Aubrey Jene, are all excellent in their portrayals. This was one of Kerri Green's, I believe, first films, and she is just so adorable as the oldest child that John Candy and Karen Austin have in this film. And I just love the family dynamic behind Jack Chester. His Chester family backing him up throughout this film are excellent. Another really good performance in this film, and you wouldn't have expected it, was from John Larroquette playing Don Moore. A character that befriends Jack's family earlier in the film. And it's his son that ends up kind of becoming romantic with Kerri Green's character of Jennifer. And, well, I can't blame that kid. But, yeah, John Larroquette is so good in this role. It's a big change of pace for him, playing this decent, really cool guy, after playing in like something like Stripes, where he was playing a real doofus of a character that is just really a suck-up military guy. And in here, he's just like this really loyal, good friend to John Candy's character of Jack. And so that was refreshing. And then you have a character that, you know, the actor is completely unrecognizable in this film, in my opinion. And that is Richard Hurd playing Angus McLaughlin. And this character, you would not look at him and think, oh, that's Richard Hurd, you know. If you know Richard Hurd. Richard Hurd's a character actor that, you know, you've seen him in numerous films, but, you know, you might not know the name. But I have seen Richard Hurd in numerous things. I loved him as T.J. Hooker's boss in T.J. Hooker. He was really great in there. And of course, he had a prominent role as one of the villains in V. And, but yeah, he's completely unrecognizable playing this character. And his Scottish accent that he does in here is just so awesome. He is just such a fun character. Two other characters that were standouts in this film was Lois Hamilton and Carmine Caridi as Vicky and Ed Sanders. I mean, she famously, I mean, this famously or infamous, I guess, when she first meets Jack, she basically pulls up her top and shows herself to him, trying to ask him what he thinks of them. And his response to when Ed comes in, he just thinks he's in trouble. And his response to him whenever he asks him what he thought of him, you know, and everything. I love John Candy's response there.
Oh, yeah. Huh? Oh, boy, those are so lifelike, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, Sonny, everybody likes them.
Well, I tell you, those are fun for the whole family. I gotta tell my wife about
We'll give you the doctor's number.
So, as if you haven't noticed by my reactions to, you know, some of the actors, some of the characters and everything in this film, I absolutely adore Summer Rental. Carl Reiner directed this film in such an epic way. And I hate the fact that this film does not get mentioned more often and isn't more well known, because to me it is one of John Candy's best films. So my final review of Summer Rental from 1985, I am going to give this film a 10 out of 10. This is, to me, a perfect comedy. And I don't think there's hardly any other, you know, comedy films that are as good as this one. This is just, I mean, everything about it is perfect in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. As a member on the Dark Knight Fan Plus membership, you have access to a post that I will be doing where you can actually request a review for a film or TV show. And when I do that review, it will go up exclusively for a limited time on the members area for all members to be able to view it. And it'll, after a while, it'll become available for the general public. But, you know, if you wanted to do something like that, that's an option. But we also have our full library of Dark Knight films available on the Dark Knight Fans Plus. So you can watch all of the feature films that I have directed, the short films, the TV series, Evil Deeds, many behind-the-scenes featurettes, documentaries, interviews, audio commentaries. It's all there in that library. Large collection of stuff there. So if you have been on the fence about becoming a member, now's as good a time as any.
Well, that's the end of another Comedy and Drama Night. If you missed last week's Comedy and Drama Night, check out the link above. Or if you missed any of the videos during Comedy and Drama Night, check out this playlist and get caught up on anything you've missed.